Psychic energy is a cure-all for all kinds of diseases. The real panacea will be the cultivation of psychic energy. Agni Yoga approaches just in time. Without it, who could say that epidemics of influenza should be cured by psychic energy? The success in combating illness depends largely upon the will of the patient to fight and to survive. His psychic energy is the basis of his vitality. He who is able to activate it also promotes the healing process. It is possible to cure all ailments by the counterpoising of vitality. Therefore, difficult external circumstances, for example war times, are often healthier because they force people to strain their psychic energy. The tension of psychic energy multiplies the vitality. One may be assured that in periods of psychic tension people live longer. This cannot be attributed to diet or to sanitary conditions, for in periods of confusion the conditions of life are very difficult, and the sole cause is contained in the heightened activity of psychic energy. To weaken psychic energy means to cause illness. Neglect of psychic energy is manifested as the source of many ailments. It can be said that not only bodily and psychic illnesses depend entirely upon the state of psychic energy. A man who has lost immunity will also be the one to lose his store of psychic energy. One should not think of external, physical methods of healing only. The real healing factor is psychic energy. Even the healing of wounds depends upon psychic energy. Physicians frequently observe that a most dangerous sickness suddenly passes off without a trace. Certainly, conjectures will be advanced that the treatment or some other external circumstances have had a salutary influence. But the chief cause, psychic energy, which can produce most unusual effects, will always be forgotten. It alone can alter the course of the sickness. Psychic energy feeds needy organs and destroys harmful substances. The crystals of psychic energy feed those organs which are in special need during the expenditure of energy. They melt down substances harmful for the organism. Through conscious tension, one can actually promote this dissolving process, which is of service as a counteracting factor. Conscious sendings of psychic energy to infected or injured organs can produce a healing effect. Without the help of psychic energy, medicines will produce a small effect only. It should be remembered that all medicines are merely auxiliary expedients. Without the primary energy, no medicine will have the necessary effect. The physician should be acquainted with the basic energy, which will be the operative factor for the speediest recovery. In case of a strong psychic energy, less medicine is needed. The cognition of psychic energy permits due attention to be given to remedies. Much less medicine is required when the physicians are able to apply psychic treatment. The introduction of assistance by psychic energy will renew all the manifestations of life. Good doctors do not heal so much with physical means, but more with their own psychic energy. Indeed, a noted physician treats cases not with medicines alone, but by psychic energy. At this time, only those homeopathic physicians who possess strong psychic energy can succeed. Perhaps they are unaware of the source of their successful healing. At present, because of unenlightened conditions, physicians hesitate to recognize that to a great extent it is their own psychic energy that is acting. They are ready to attribute their success to even the weakest medicines, unaware of their own powerful influence. On the one hand, his psychic energy helps the doctor to identify the real causes of a disease, which so often lie in the spiritual nature of a patient. Each man has an open wound. Only psychic energy can point out this pain. On the other hand, the utilization of the psychic energy of the physician should complement the usual physical treatments and remedies. The basic remedies are supplemented by the psychic energy of the physician. The latter is quite essential. The physicians must learn to consciously use this power. Physicians often forget that it is not the medicine, but some external condition that helps. We recall one remarkable case when a physician possessed powerful psychic energy, yet stubbornly attributed its effects to his medicine. One can easily realize the extent to which such benefits would increase if the physician understood wherein his power lies. He who really wants to heal body and soul needs a lot of spiritual strength. The use of the intellect alone is not sufficient. Do you wish to be a healer? First of all, ask yourself if you have sufficient strength to issue it for help to your fellow man. Indeed, ask yourself, can I give without regret for myself? Prove that your strength can bring healing without the use of any remedies. We do not have in mind efforts of the will and suggestion, for the primary energy is self-acting. Doctors can transfer their energy to the patient. Even the energy transmitted by a close friend may be utilized to influence a disease. As one can help by sending good thoughts, so as well by emanating psychic energy. Psychic energy sent with good intentions exerts a healing action. Science should reveal how good intentions heal the nervous system. People little realize something much more remarkable, that psychic energy can act independently at great distances. One can project energy consciously. As one can donate blood, so one can transmit psychic energy as well. Under certain conditions, blood transfusions are permissible. There can also be transfusions of psychic energy. It will take a long time for physicians to discover techniques for accomplishing this, but it can happen spontaneously when the emanations of individuals come into contact. In the future, the process of transfusing psychic energy will be a common event. The harmony of humanity can be augmented when the distribution of psychic energy has been mastered. If blood can be given to others without harm, the same can be done with psychic energy. However, the doctors must not exhaust their energy too much in this process. One may ask how much of one's psychic energy can be given away in healing. This is not a small question, for the loss of psychic energy is like disarming a warrior. One may give away half his supply, even 2/3, but 3/4 already places the physician in a dangerous position. In such an exposed state, the physician takes the sickness upon himself and may lose his life. Therefore, it has been said so firmly about the golden path: everything in proportion, all in harmony. Let us remember. Above all, the physicians must know how to awaken the psychic energy of the patient. If the sick is unwilling to cooperate with the doctor, and if he does not strive with all his power to fight and to beat the disease, the treatment is unlikely to succeed. Likewise, physicians must learn to instruct their patients as to the essential nature of psychic energy. It is not enough for the physician to give out his own energy. He must also call into action the energy of the patient. In such a manner, the expenditure of the precious energy is economized. Pure physical treatments, such as, for example, massages, can be useful or even harmful, depending upon whether the person who carries them out radiates a positive or a negative energy. Generally, more attention is paid to the physical aspects of massage and the many beneficial substances that medical science prescribes for rubbing into the skin. People see these methods as very important, but the most important was overlooked. Nobody cared to inquire who carries out the massage. However, this condition is more important than the massage itself. Only when there is a harmonious blending of psychic energies is healing possible. Observe that massage can have different effects on people with identical ailments. There are many cases when the light touch of a sympathetic hand acts as the best remedy, but it is also possible that even the best physical massage can sometimes cause harm. As a result, we shall have to find ways to determine the quality of the psychic energy of the doctors and the nursing staff, because it is of crucial importance for the success of the cure. Medicine needs to inquire about people who purify and people who do harm. Physicians and nurses should be tested for the quality of their psychic energy. Not only faith in the physician is needed, but also the beneficence of his energy.